Why am I at a train station before 8 o'clock in the morning? Follow along, follow along, and you're going to get to see this adventure. I'm going to buy a new van. I'm going to that London to buy a new van. I've not had any coffee yet, so things have been a bit difficult so far. So I'm going to get a train to Doncaster and then a direct train to London, which is amazing because it's only like an hour and a half. Then I've got to go from one train station to another train station, then get a tube to High Wycombe, and then the person I'm buying the van off is picking me up from High Wycombe train station or tube station or whatever it is. It's a different world down south. I can't figure it out. So, whilst I'm on my journey to that London, I need to charge all my stuff. And I've not been on a train in so long, I didn't know if they came with plug sockets and that. And actually, they do come with plug sockets, but not USB ports. So luckily, I brought this with me. Now, I just want to show you, this is the River EcoFlow River Power Bank unit. So currently I've got camera, iPad and my phone on charge. I've been charging my headphones and I've been charging this camera also. And we're currently at 27 hours remaining. So I think that will be good enough to get me to that London. I'm just about to arrive at London's King's Cross. Then I've got to get on another train to some other flipping place, and then I've got to get on a tube. How am I going to navigate the tube system on my own? Emirates Stadium. It's impressive. I like seeing football stadiums. I've never seen the Arsenal one before, so I can tick that off my list that I ain't got. But if I had a list, I'd tick that off my list. No, Arsenal are shit. Just find platform 1. Yeah, it's easier said than done, even though none of the platforms are fucking marked anywhere. Platform 1 to Baker Street. There was no Baker Street on my ticket that said I need to change at Baker Street. Now I'm going to change at Baker Street.
Baker Street, change for the Bakerloo, Jubilee and Metropolitan line. Exit for Madame Tussauds.
Face coverings in London. Nobody fucking told me that, did they? While I'm here, I'm at Baker Street Tube Station. It's an ordeal to get anywhere around here. I don't know how the local people do it, but you pretty much have to walk for like 7 miles to get from one tube place to another. And now I'm at Baker Street. I've only one stop to do. Then I'm going to buy a van, right? Buy a car van. It's a bit of a wild card, but you know that I wouldn't just have a normal one. Sorry?
Spare some change.
I don't know if I've got any change, mate. Just bear with me a second. Alright, nice one. Welcome to London, Tory Britain. I'm going to buy this van, and the intention is to convert it into an Overlander camper and potentially rent it out. So it's not for me to move into, but I probably will drive it a bit because I like it already. So I'm in High Wycombe and I'm about to jump in a van with somebody that I've never met before and drive somewhere I've never been before, not knowing what's going to happen, to hopefully go find this vehicle that I've just about to buy. What could possibly go wrong? It makes good content though, doesn't it, if I did get kidnapped? I've just been picked up in a Ford Transit Connect. The guy's just gone to pick a part up. I've just seen the van driving past, but not seen it to look at, but it's just going to pick up some parts and then we're off back there. Right, so I've pulled over at the earliest opportunity. I've just purchased the vehicle. I didn't want to record, it's a bit insensitive recording people that I'm buying the vehicle off. But all is well so far. As you can hear, the sweet purr of the V8 engine. This is a good buy. This is good purchase. No matter what, this is a good purchase. I don't know what the best angle. It needs cleaning and that. It's not been used in a while. 16,000 miles from new and it's 30 years old. But I'm just going to go back a little bit and then I'm going to show you from far back. You know how like people call me a hippie and that because I'm against war and all that kind of stuff? Well, bought the ideal vehicle for it. Ideal vehicle for me. Now, I've got 170 miles to drive in this, back to Sheffield, and when I do, I'll give you a proper look around. This is the best thing I've ever bought. It's the most expensive thing I've ever bought. It's a risk. Listen to that V8. So I just stopped at the services just to have a quick check over things, but mainly to get some food and coffee. All seems to be going well. The fuel gauge has gone up and the temperature gauge is in the middle. That seems about right. It's just amazing. Amazing. I can't believe I own this. Oh dear. Anyway, onward to north. I'm going to stop again probably just to check on things again, but onward to north. I'm at Leicester East Services, an hour and 13 minutes away from home, well, from Sheffield. All is going well. I just thought I'd pull over for another week because I've been drinking coffee and juice a lot today, so need another week. I just thought I'd catch up. An advisory on the MOT was it's got a blowing exhaust or slight blow on the exhaust. When you're up motorway, that's quite a blow, so I'm already thinking about getting the exhaust sorted, but listen to the noise. I'll never get bored of that. Right, so it's now, I've had this Land Rover 2 days. I couldn't do anything yesterday because I was with the children and it's only got 2 seats. I would have loved to have took them out in it, but limited for space. So I've had a look around it. It's not without issue. The exhaust thing is an issue. I'm gonna get a new exhaust fitted to it as soon as I source one. Maybe I might even push the boat out and get a full stainless system so it sounds better than standard. Currently, it's blowing like a mother bitch. Having had a look around it, it's got a diesel heater, which works fine. All the switches work fine. The blue light, the sirens. In the back, well, it's an ambulance in the back. As you can see, it's still got the emergency stretcher. It's still got the bench seat, which the stretchers go onto. It's got a stretcher bed up there on the wall. It's got the oxygen tank still. And the things that release the oxygen. It is pretty much a standard ambulance. It's even got a seat here, but it just doesn't have a seat belt in it. It's got leather seats, which are actually quite expensive for Defenders, and the cubby box. It's got the radio telephone here, which I assume don't work because it's something from 90s. What else? It's just kitted. It's just got a lot of cool stuff in it. On the bonnet, we've got an axe, which is very fitting, and then a spade on that side. Give you a quick look around the outside again. United Nations stickers, which are faded. The Red Cross, S4. The United Nations logo, which again is faded. V8 badge up front there. It's got the sign that's the light that says ambulance on it. I'm not sure if that works actually. I must test that. Big, massive blue light on the front, and then flashes here. I'll show you that. I'm not technically on the road, so I think I should be alright showing you the blue flashes. Hopefully, I'll be alright showing you blue flashes. So we've got blue strobes at the front, and then up top we've got the spinny aroundy thing. I'll turn them off just in case the police come by and give me an hard time for it. But also sirens, which are good. Now, having owned a Land Rover Defender, I know, well actually I've owned two, this is my third Land Rover Defender. I know where the usual rust spots are and the corrosion and all that kind of thing. Now, anybody that does know what Land Rover Defender is like will know that this panel here pretty much doesn't exist. It doesn't exist on my Land Rover. And then you see the bottoms of the doors, absolutely no bubbling. That's usually a hot spot for corrosion because the aluminium and the steel get together and it causes oxidization or whatever it is, and then they bubble and rust. On my Land Rover, the bulkheads are shot, they need replacing. These ones are not bubbling at all. Same on the other side. Just nothing at all. It's just in immaculate condition. I've even bought some polish today to polish it up. Is the back open? Back is open. I'll show you the back. Doors swing back and attach back there, and that's the company that built it. And then open that on. There's a fire extinguisher on that door, and that's what the back looks like from here. Now, interestingly, this has a step that fits in properly like a van step should fit. Under here we have a wooden stretcher and a microfiber cloth, a wooden stretcher that will have been used on the army base that it was based on. And then the two stretcher beds, again, these are like bench seats. Probably not legal to be travelling around in the back of them on a road. For some reason it's got a spare seat base. That might actually fit in mine, potentially. So I'll be happy with that if that fits in mine, because mine's not very good. Got a few cupboards with some bits in. And then, what's in there? Something in the back of there, a bit of cardboard. And then a huge overhead locker over the cab. I'll just shut that up. There's the cargo net. Across there, and it's got interior lights, but so I can put, I can change them to 50% or 100%, but they are like halogen bulbs or whatever they are, so they're probably the first thing to come out. This fold down bed, I've not tried it. I don't want to try it because it might be heavy, but again, it's another thing that's going to end up coming out of it. I'll get Rick to help me build a pull-out bed so it's more like a double bed, because this must be 7 foot long in the back, so it's plenty long enough. Maybe a pull-out bed to make it a double, and then a small kitchen area down one side. I think that should be it. I don't think it needs any more than that. What an exciting... I am blown away by it. I keep saying, I probably said it already on this video, I'm going to repeat it just in case I haven't, but it's got 16,000 miles on the clock. 16,000 miles, and... 16,000 miles, and I've even got a freedom of information paperwork from the RAF, which is where it came from, which tells me where it was based, how long it was there for, what it did, when it was sold to the general public, whatever, and when it was registered as more of a civilian vehicle rather than MOD vehicle. So I've got all the history with it, and since 2017 it's done 1,000 miles. So it has got a few teething problems, don't get me wrong, but that kind of mileage and that kind of history with it, I think is just amazing. Again, it wasn't cheap, but I don't think, again, I'll lose any money on this, ever. which is good because I don't like losing money because I'm a Yorkshireman. Oh dear. Anyway, listen, I am going to keep you all updated on how this vehicle goes. This isn't the next project. The next project for a customer is coming, and I'll introduce you to that as soon as possible. This is my next project for a bit of fun. But again, you'll be able to follow the journey of this being converted. And if you want to rent it out when it's done, obviously, you know where I am. I'll see you soon. Thank you very much for following this little video. I'll see you on the next one. I love you all. Bye, Felicia. It wouldn't be a Liam the Terrible video without a fucking problem. That's the AA. Now the AA are here because my fan belt snapped on this one now. Why have I got two vehicles where fan belts just snap?